Good evening. Now, let me start by saying we're already excited about you because you're the only people that have so far clapped the announcement that you can't take photos. And I didn't know you were so strong on the policy, but... and do you know what? The ironic thing is, I had never listened to that announcement before, and I couldn't give a shit. You can take photos. I know that's gone down badly with such an anti-camera audience. Do you think it's going to take our soul? This show we've done two, and it's been probably the most fun I've ever had in Edinburgh. So those audiences have been great, so don't fuck it up, guys. No, what this is, I do an X of M show, and now this is always the bit of the evening I hate the most. So, as always, I'm going to say, just lie and say yes. I'm going to ask you if you've listened to the show before. And I want... Not yet. Because the ones that have already chipped in have drawn attention to the ones that didn't. So, have you listened to the show before? Yes. Okay, now, honestly, have you listened to the show before? Yes. I don't know if you're shitting me or not. Are you ready to welcome the guests? Please welcome, from right to left, Mr. Matthew Crosby, Nishant Kumar, James Acaster, special guest for tonight, Tom Crane, and for only the third time in front of the public, the producer of the show, Producer Neil.
Josh, can I ask, did you forget Acaster's name there?
What?
Did you forget Acaster's name halfway through?
No.
Another classic scrape.
Is everyone okay? Everyone good?
Very good. Very
yeah.
well.
How are you two on that side?
Good, thanks. Yeah, mate.
Do you know what happened? I said Nishant Kumar, and it shook me because I had been thinking, should I say this? Should I say this? And then I did. I don't know why I was so worried about it. That's your name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my full name. My stage name is Nish Kumar. Pretty... All right, don't be sarcastic.
Bear in mind, this is the same audience that when Josh said, at the end of the show, Tim Key is going to shoot a flame off a candle with a gun, they went, yeah.
Yeah, surely that's the first time that's ever happened in Edinburgh, or ever.
It's also the first time that guy's met anyone called Nish, I think. So, yeah, he's going to think it was amazing.
Now, we need to clear up something from the start. First, we got given these T-shirts with our... we're not just like a bunch of weirdos that have come in similar T-shirts. We got given these, sent these in by a fan because they are catchphrases from the show. If you hear them said, just laugh along. That'd be my tip.
Any catchphrase you have to preface is not a good catchphrase. If you hear it, just kind of go along with it, guys, seriously.
Also, any catchphrase that you refer to as my catchphrase is probably not a catchphrase. Here comes my catchphrase.
Mine's not a catchphrase, is it? Guest.
That's not a catchphrase. Okay. That's just you didn't have one.
Okay. I'm a last-minute booking. That's what that is. Yeah. That's, okay.
Now, also, thank you. Just to clear up, when we said on the card dumping tails... the more childish among you...
Yeah.
That guy... is currently in the middle of a dumping tail.
There's a guy with a mohawk there who's definitely got a few dumping tails. I can tell.
The two subjects, dumping tails and things you've heard over a public address system tannoy.
Can I just say very quickly, I've got a good dumping tail that's not the one that's... I've got a good sort of shitting tail.
Oh, yeah, why not? Why not start the show with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Jump in, Crosby.
Just to get it out of our system. So... do you remember the wrestler Andre the Giant? Sadly passed. A massive guy. He's in The Princess Bride. When he stayed in a hotel, had to have two rooms because he was so big he couldn't fit a normal-sized toilet, so he'd have to shit in the bath.
No.
What? Yes. Yeah. So he had to have
and
two.
Then how did it go down the plug hole?
Just like that.
Depending whether he's in the northern or southern hemisphere.
I've gone with slightly worse than that. I had food poisoning for my driving test, and the emergency stop made me shit myself. And that is genuinely true. The belt rammed in, and I failed. That's not technically what.
How many times have you failed your driving test, Craig?
5 times. Only one shitting. I'll make that clear. Not to brag, but only one.
I think that's a major, isn't it?
So did you pass on the 6th time?
No, I still have.
No, he passed that time when he shouted.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you can't drive.
I can't drive. No.
No, I can't drive either.
That's
Neither
not
can
what
I.
we're talking about.
Oh, sorry.
tonight.
That's tomorrow's show.
I technically can,
Yeah.
but not really. I've written off 3 cars in 3 major car accidents. So.
Right, yeah. Well, I wrote off that car, but not in the way you think. It's no longer usable.
You actually haven't told you've told 2 car accident stories.
Told 1.
You've told 1.
Only 1.
Do you want to do a car accident story quickly? That'll be funny.
You're listening to XFM.
And now it's our recurring feature. How is this dude still alive?
I think with an audience who have already made it very clear how much they love safety, I'm not sure. Would you like a car?
Yeah. This will be a pleasant one about your life, not just recounting the Diana story.
Yeah.
Too early.
You're going to have to edit that one out, mate.
Can't edit out of history.
Nice. Although the Queen would like to. Am I right, guys?
Don't knock the mic because we're recording.
We had a very serious chat backstage about what we can and cannot say, and we have violated all of that conversation in approximately 3 minutes.
James.
Okay. Let's do the most recent one. I was driving, and here's the car.
For listeners, Matthew Crosby just moved a curtain. That's not in a euphemism for a dumping story. Sorry. James.
So lowbrow, so early. We
Sorry.
really promised ourselves.
I was with 2 other, a comedian and our friend in a car. I'm driving. It's a hire car. We're on a tour. It's the first day we've had the car. And we're following the promoter of the gig that night to the venue. And it's in Wales. It's this windy Welsh roads from the Welsh hills. And we all get trapped behind a log lorry.
Crosby?
This gig of the run, mate. They're doing their own jokes. Brilliant.
A log lorry is
It's any lorry I do my driving test in. That's what that is.
Andre the Giant after a feast. Just walk into the bathroom. Straight in the bath.
Thanks for
Andre, I don't
thanks for
understand
finishing
why
that
you
story.
still fill it with water. That's what I don't understand. Sure, you don't need to actually get in. Why is it a bubble bath?
And what is he doing to that duck?
So it's like a log lorry with about 100 full-length trees on the back of it. And my friend in the car in front of us just overtakes the lorry, just does it, just overtakes it, and gets away with it, works. And we look, and it's not safe, we don't do it. And we hang back for a while, but we don't know where the gig is without this guy, and our phones we haven't got any signal in these hills. So eventually, there's a really long straight of road, and we all agree it's safe, and we're going to go for it. And I started to overtake the lorry. Turns out that the hire car wasn't what you'd call an accelerator. It wasn't very good at picking up the old speed. And so we're kind of like trundling along the side of the lorry, but it's still a long way to go. There's no cars. It's fine. We're gonna overtake the lorry. Obviously, no one ever doesn't overtake the lorry before. And as we approach the corner, we're still halfway. Had about a quarter of the lorry to go still, and we were approaching the corner, and 4 cars came round the corner head on with our car. And what I did was I very niftily drove in between the cars and the lorry. Just kind of really focusing, really keeping it. And I made it. Came out of the corner, hadn't hit anything, overtaking the lorry, going very well. And then the last car clipped us on the back of our car, just on the back right-hand corner. So we span in front of the lorry, and the lorry slammed into the passenger side of our car, pushed us down the road, up a grass verge, through a garden, through a greenhouse.
Amazing. Ferris Bueller was jumping at the same time in the background.
As we came down out of the garden, the lorry moved and drove over the front of our car and just took out the entire front of the car. Then the lorry flipped over. All 100 trees fell off of the lorry onto our car, and then kind of dragged us through a hedge into a field with logs at this point embedding themselves in the windshield of the car. I had a full-length tree basically stop there in the windshield and lift up the rest of the windshield beneath it. And we stopped there, and then we all jumped out the window. We had to run across the sea of logs and looked out, and no one was injured. No one was injured. Everything was fine. And the lorry driver, basically, this is tense stuff now. The lorry driver is the only person I've been involved in a car crash with who took a dislike to me. He got out of the lorry and he shouted over, because the logs were in between us, he couldn't get to us. So he very cleverly lured me in by going, "You guys okay? Hey, which one of you's the driver? Are you all right?" And I went, "Oh, I'm the driver." And he went, "You're a fucking prick, mate." Sorry, that was a good trick, good trick.
Round of applause from the health and safety conscious audience. So, good morning, Nish.
Good morning, or is it?
That's his catchphrase. Cheer it.
That's the most reluctant cheer I've ever heard. That guy got more for wanking off on his girlfriend's best mate. People like me do my catchphrase. I was like, I was masturbating over my girlfriend's friend. Woo!
You should have said, "Don't take any photos." They fucking love that.
His is an unwise T-shirt, though, isn't it? Really, he can't have "I was wanking over my girlfriend's mate."
Nish, each show you're a fan of conspiracy theories.
Absolutely mad for them.
Yeah, absolutely mad for them. And each time you bring one to us,
yeah,
and we will decide whether it was true or false. What was the one last night that we rejected as false?
Don't make me more bleeps.
No.
Okay,
a high street chain that dispenses fried poultry
in a bucket.
Yeah. And maybe run by somebody formerly who may have served. Nando's. They had been injecting their produce with a toxin that caused impotence, but only in black men.
What's
We
happening, white
ruled
people?
it wasn't true. So what have you got tonight?
Tonight, I've got an absolute doozy. Because obviously, what we're trying to do is do some ones that might be a little too racy for the morning show. So here we go. J. Edgar Hoover's homosexual hit squad assassinated JFK.
Whoa.
This is a complicated one, so I'm just going to plow through all of this, right? This conspiracy theory hinges on the work of original FBI leader J. Edgar Hoover, although it's not new that many people believe that Hoover and other political leaders plotted the assassination of JFK to be carried out under an FBI directive. The twist
How
of
much
this
have you got to say? Because you're going really fucking fast.
There's a lot here. The twist of this story adds more mystery. In this hypothesis, the men who murdered JFK wore street clothes to carry out the hit. As soon as the assignment...
What are street clothes?
Just like, T-shirts
Baggy
with
jeans.
slogans on them. That. Just usual clothes, right? As soon as the hit was carried out, contend these believers, the assassinators... Not a word. Not a word. I don't have a joke about this, but come on, guys. If you're going to make stuff up, at least know the correct nomenclature. Change their clothes to flamboyant colours and styles. Nomenclature is the word that means...
Correct
My show
words.
is called Ruminations on the Nature of Subjectivity, so it's not a surprise.
So it won't be very good.
Yeah.
Can I make what?
These assassinators changed their clothes to flamboyant colours and styles in an attempt to appear homosexual.
What, is
Hoover's
that cover story?
Yeah. Wait
It couldn't
for
have been me. I was gay. I was being gay.
Hoover's supposed reasoning was that people who were dressed in everyday clothes could be detained and questioned for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, but that homosexual men would be ignored based on the assumption that gay men could not commit crime. Now, I did not know that was an assumption.
Bloody hell. So is that how the village people were formed?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy, the Native American, was behind the grassy knoll the whole time.
Surely the gay cop is the perfect cover, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. My favourite sentence about this is, while the mystery of JFK's death is still unsolved, this could be a possibility. So
where
just
did you-
the
where did
idea
you
that
get-
no one knows means it could be secret gay hitmen. Sorry, assassinators.
Any views, guys?
Do I think that's true?
It is actually one of the theories that's alluded to and not dismissed outright in Oliver Stone's film JFK, which a historian friend of mine, who has never sworn before the entire time I've known him, described as fucking bullshit. So,
Is this because gay men will never be seen anywhere near a grassy knoll? Okay.
I want to know what gay people are meant to dress like.
apparently
All right,
flamboyant.
a classic.
Flamboyantly.
Also, like, there's loads of film of the JFK assassination, and at no point do you see in the crowd just a bunch of dudes dressed as women. I really feel like that would have come up if in the Zapruder film in the background there'd just been a bunch of people doing the YMCA in full drag.
I like the thought of two people doing an assassination while holding hands as well. That's quite nice. Just for instant cover, just throw their guns away and like, we're gay. We're really gay, and we couldn't have possibly done this. I love people of my own gender. It's like,
And then one of them gives the other one a tin of beans.
yeah. Happy birthday, baby.
Matthew, do you believe? I mean,
No, of course not.
no, of course.
Like,
The problem with this bit is normally Neil would kind of entertain it, but in front of an audience, you don't really want to entertain. Because do you believe this, Neil?
Of course not.
Well, I'm the one who's going to have to stand up for the fucking theory.
Well, let's hear it then.
Okay, well, I don't know if you know who Grassy Knoll is, but he's quite the player on the gay scene. I don't know. I have no reason to believe.
My only thing with this is it's no more ridiculous than any of the other JFK conspiracy theories, particularly one.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's much more ridiculous.
Kevin
It's
Costner
much more
wouldn't have made a
ridiculous
film
than
out of this
it just
dish.
being a lone gunman who's a bit of a mental. Like if someone said to me, do you think it was Lee Harvey Oswald or an undercover bunch of homosexuals who were dressing flamboyantly?
Absolutely, yes, I believe that.
He was in the book depository, wasn't he, Oswald? Is that right?
Yeah. But this is the second, so the whole theory is he was in the book depository, and then there's a
Reading
second
a book
gunman.
about homosexuality.
Or gun women. Not prejudiced.
Should have just been reading like Tipping the Velvet or something. He would have got out of it.
It's an incredibly niche literary reference.
Tipping the Velvet is a book about lesbians, and it was made into a TV. Look, it was a really accurate. Okay.
I think that draws a line under the conspiracy theory. So we're all rejecting it?
I think so.
Nonsense.
You
Nonsense.
Changing my mind. True. Definitely.
Nish, we're going to have to reject it, I'm afraid. You failed 3 times live.
Yeah, I know.
It's because you're going too obscene.
Cool, that's a review of my current Edinburgh show.
Now, John Robbins joins us normally, but he's got a cold. But he will be replaced by Tim Key, who, you know, is probably a better booking, isn't he? So normally, John Robbins, we play a quiz in which John Robbins, he goes head-to-head with someone on their specialist subject and his specialist subject. And I texted James today and said, what is your specialist subject? To go head-to-head with John Robbins.
Is it Tipping the Velvet?
First answer is lesbians.
You've done the research.
James, what did
answer
you say
is
was your
lesbians.
specialist subject?
My specialist subject is Saved by the Bell.
So I've prepared you 5 questions on Saved by the Bell. Now, because you can't go head-to-head with John Robbins, I thought, is there an audience member that feels they are a authority on Saved by the Bell? No.
I just heard someone say, "What's Saved by the Bell?" I don't know if they're... Oh, hang on a sec, over there.
Yeah, there's a lady with her hand up.
Do you think you're an authority on Saved by the Bell? Saved by the Bell, if you don't know, was a 90s teen school... You up?
Yes, thank you.
How would you describe it, James?
Life-changing.
If you had to describe it, so how would you describe it to somebody who didn't know what it was?
It is a tale of 6 teenagers at a Bayside High. That's the name of the high school, and they just get into all sorts of japes, and they're just the kind of classic characters you would have at high school. There's Zach Morris, very cool kid, gets all the girls.
Let's not give away too many facts. What's the name of the girl that's the expert? What's the name of the girl who's an expert on Saved by the Bell? Sophie. Would you like to go head-to-head with James on Saved by the Bell? Can we please have a round of applause as we welcome to the stage, Sophie?
Sophie, come down.
Come on down, Sophie. So I have 5 questions to go head-to-head. If you'd like to sit on the stool, Sophie. You get your own seat, yeah? Oh, my God. Yeah, you already had your own seat. So how many... have you seen all of Saved by the Bell? Yeah. Have you ever used a microphone before?
Yes, I have.
Liam Gallagher here.
Liam Gallagher again.
MTV Unplugged. That's amazing.
Okay, so Sophie, we've got 5 questions. We've got 2 questions each, and then we will be going head-to-head on a final game.
No peeking, Sophie.
No peeking. So,
I can't read his writing anyway, it's fine.
All right.
Oh, 1 point to Acaster.
So, just to film it, how long have you been watching Saved by the Bell?
Well, it's not on anymore.
It's not on anymore. 1 point.
You're getting rinsed.
All the
there.
questions are disguised.
Yeah, Sophie, you're a little on the sarcastic side.
This is like a
Who
bloody...
do you think you are, AC Slater?
This has turned into a bloody roast, doesn't it?
Okay, so there's 4 questions originally. 2 each. James, would you like question 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4.
4. How many of the original 6 Saved by the Bell teenagers made it to Saved by the Bell the college years? There was a genuine intake of breath from some people there.
Very good question, Josh. Okay. Lisa Turtle.
Don't show your workings because you might give away other answers.
Oh, is it going to get passed over to Sophie?
No, but there's other answers that you might...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Basically, what we can establish is one of the questions are, what are their names? Because every time... Every time James goes to mention a name, Josh's like, whoa, 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 whoa! Back up the truck, matey!
Don't back up the truck, James. We know what happened last time you went near a truck.
No fatalities. Is this like, because the college years...
We haven't got all night, mate.
Some of them dipped into it later on. This is the only thing I'm... Okay, I'm going to say...
just to be clear, according to Wikipedia, at 10:28 p.m. this evening, how many of the 6 made it to college?
Yeah. Good
cast.
Good to know you've done your research the same way they do it for Mastermind.
Wouldn't have won if that was the case, mate.
4.
1 point to James Acaster.
Oh. Well done.
Very strong.
Sophie?
I'm terrified.
You're 1, 2, or 3?
2.
You've had a fucking nightmare. And these do get passed over. What was the original name for the pilot of Saved by the Bell?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
No, incorrect.
she was the first one in the Parent Trap. I can't remember what is her name.
Whoa. No, it's
Oh,
not.
no, Pilot is in the
Pilot
first
is a
episode.
pilot episode.
Not the person who flew a plane into Saved by the Bell.
Not
The pilot is not a
who
character.
Who
In the
flew
tragic-
them to school every
In the
day.
tragic final episode where a plane crash happens.
God, it's like...
It was
It
Ted McGinley flying that plane.
It was like
Mr.
the
Belding never
Dance-a-thon
saw
or
it coming.
something.
It was called what, sorry?
Like the Dance-a-thon or something.
The Dance-a-thon.
Something like that.
That
The
is the
first one, they
first
did like a
episode, yeah,
dance
yeah.
competition.
Oh,
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Incorrect,
about.
but it's
It was
James.
a dance competition. I think maybe it'll be named after the dance that they did.
No, let me be clear. Saved by the Bell, when it was a pilot is a test episode, wasn't called Saved by the Bell. It was called
okay.
something else.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I
So
completely misunderstood the question then.
Okay,
Yeah,
go on.
I thought you meant the episode. I'm going to allow
Wait,
Sophie
wait, yeah, I
to
think
answer again.
Yeah, I think.
I'm about to be really boring and pass. I've got no idea.
Oh, you pass. Okay.
Yeah.
James.
Bayside High.
Incorrect. I'll throw it open to the audience. Joe. Fucking it was!
Ah! Nice. Well done.
Wow!
That's amazing.
Joe!
Yeah.
So I think we should give that as a point to the audience.
Amazing. Somebody's got 3G. That's impressive.
Can I just say
I didn't know
that
you were in.
That's our friend Jo, and all she bought for entertainment for the whole of the Edinburgh Festival this year is the entire DVD box set of Saved by the Bell. I didn't know she was in. She really should have volunteered.
This should be Joe.
Yeah,
really.
why didn't
Joe
you
is
volunteer for this?
incredibly good.
Joe,
at this.
come down and we'll have a 2 on this side like Blockbusters. Joe, round of applause for Joe, please.
Teammate, you need to come up.
We're not getting everyone on stage.
Everyone.
There'll just be one old guy sat there who's never seen Saved by the Bell.
Hello, Joe.
So you don't get
Joe,
your
you're
own
on,
seat.
you're on the audience team. So, 2 questions left. James,
Yes, sir.
do you want 1 or 3?
1, please.
1, please. Name 1 film that a member of the cast of Saved by the Bell went on to star in.
Showgirls.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
2-1. Can you name any others?
Well, Screech did a number, didn't he, as well?
Yeah,
Right.
Saved by the
Right,
Smell.
Okay, so you're left with question 3. In his 2009 memoir, Dustin Diamond, a.k.a. Screech... sorry, let's start again. Dustin Diamond, in his 2009 memoir, Behind the Bell...
That is an unfortunate title.
claims to have slept with how many women?
That's also Richard
And I
Madeley.
will have it. I will have it to the nearest 100.
Oh.
What's your guess?
I don't know.
Have you ever used a microphone before?
It's that. Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah, okay. So confer.
I think it's none.
You think it's none?
No, it's loads. I've read it. It's.
You've
loads.
read Behind the Bell.
It's on my Kindle.
You've read
Why did
Dustin
you not
Diamond's
want it?
Behind the Bell.
Absolutely.
And you didn't think to volunteer when I said, "Is there an expert on Saved by the Bell?"
It's like Joe's is too modest. She's like, this is amateur stuff. I'm not there. Yeah,
you say
if
to
you
the
have a
nearest
kick about in a
100?
park.
To the nearest 100.
So it's
The answer could be
800.
800.
No, that's too many.
That's too many. I'm going to have to pass it across. James?
200.
The answer was 2,000.
Wow.
No, it wasn't.
there is absolutely no way.
That was genuinely the answer.
2,000
Well,
women.
don't have a go at me. Dustin Diamond.
Josh,
was
you
the
did
main
not
one.
sleep with that many women, mate. Stop lying.
In which case, I'd imagine behind the bell, there's some kind of rash.
It's 2-1 to James, but now we enter the final section. There's 7 points at stake.
Oh, God.
We're going to go left to right. I want the full names of the
Told you.
6 people,
Yep.
or the principal. Starting with James.
Zach Morris.
1 point.
Richard Belding.
Richard Belding
Principal.
is correct. James is suddenly shitting himself.
What did you say for the first one?
He said Zach Morris.
Okay, what was the easiest?
Yeah, well,
She is getting inside your head, Acaster.
here's the thing, though. I thought I would get rid of the easy ones so that you're left with the hard ones. Doesn't that make more sense? I don't
You
think you
thought
just
you
go
put-
for the hard one straight away and go, haha, wriggle out of that one, and leave them with Zach Morris whenever they want.
That's a much better. That's made
Much
a very
better.
good point.
You don't get points for how original it is. Richard Belding was an absolute suicide move.
You've had a fucking nightmare.
I've forgotten what the question is. Is it just?
You've forgotten what the question is. So you just said Richard Belding.
Out of nowhere.
I think I focused too much on you saying the principal. Did you even say that? I don't know.
Right, James.
AC
The score is
Slater.
3-2 currently. James.
AC Slater.
No, I said full name.
You are an
Oh.
asshole. Can I change and do a different one?
No, it's passed across, so that's
Oh,
a miss
God.
from James.
Lisa Turtle.
Lisa Turtle, it's 3-all.
Kelly Kapowski.
4-3.
Jessica Spano.
I've got Jessie Spano, but I presume it's short for Jessie.
Jessica.
It's short for Jessica.
Okay, cheers.
I thought you wanted to go on.
Oh, Sophie wants to win so bad.
So we are left with 2.
Samuel Screech Powers.
Correct. So what's the score, Neil? 5-4
5-4
to Acaster. This is to level it.
What's the question?
The question
All
is
this
that basically
exists.
the question it comes down to save the game and draw it.
So if you're
What is AC Slater short for?
is it air conditioning?
Well, you've ruined it.
I have no idea. Alexander.
No.
Something cooler.
It's got to be, I think it's embarrassing, isn't it? That's why he used the short.
Embarrassing Slater.
No. No, as in like the AC is embarrassing. That's why he doesn't say it. Oh,
We're going to have to throw it open to the audience to save. I mean, to be honest, if there's a third expert.
What it did say by the bell.
Unless Mario Lopez, the actor that played AC Slater,
love
is here.
him.
You love him?
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't got the
do you follow
time
him
for
on
this.
His Twitter account's
anyone?
amazing.
It was Albert Clifford.
See, I told you it was embarrassing.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh. James, you've managed to defeat the audience on Saved by the Bell. That was actually a lot more exciting than I thought.
As soon as Williams got involved, I was so scared. I had many chats with Jo, and she knows everything about Saved by the Bell.
Well, she doesn't know what AC Slater stands for. We now, let's just have a little bit of audience interaction. A couple of the audience.
Yeah, of course. Okay, should we move on to weird things?
Oh, Tim Key.
All right, Tim.
Round of applause for Tim Key.
Hey!
Perfectly timed, thank you.
Oh,
No.
I'm having a tea. Thanks, mate.
I'm all right, Simon. You can have mine. I have this. It's fine.
Okay, now
are
a bit of
you?
audience interaction, Tom Crane. The 2 topics, Tim.
What, as in you want one of the... Yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting on that thing, yeah.
Sounds slick, this is.
Chair.
Say a bit
Tom.
of audience interaction, Tom Crane, like I've just got a banter with him.
No.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, well, let's move on to weird things you've heard on a tannoy. Let's do that, yeah. Okay.
Weird things you've heard on a tannoy.
Okay, there's someone here called John Davies. There's a... There we
John
are.
Davies,
Someone
over
went,
there,
"Hello,
yeah.
how you doing?" Right, John Davies apparently heard over a tannoy, could the guy in the biscuit aisle please make a decision?
John,
heard
were
that's
you
his
the guy in
boys'
the
one.
biscuit aisle? It was a homeless guy. Well, that's changed the story.
Oh! Yeah.
What, please make a decision about what to do with his life?
Yeah, exactly.
Do they know the phrase "beggars can't be choosers"? Absolutely not fair.
That was...
Oh, lovely bit of business.
Sorry, have you got John to plant the question so that you could do that joke?
Thank you, John.
Any more, Tom?
Yeah, of course. Okay, let's go with... okay, I like this one. Tom Inman. Or Inman. Inman. Sorry, Inman. Is it? Oh, sorry, I should know. Where's Tom Inman?
Over there.
Okay, cool.
Where were you when JFK was... No.
Tom Inman heard on a train, please buy a ticket for the train as we have no way to check today as our ticket officer is ill. That is so sweet.
James, we've had a train tannoy disaster.
We have.
Oh, it's quite a long story, actually, isn't it?
It's another near-death story again. Basically, me and Josh were on a train, and the train suddenly started shaking quite a lot, and we noticed that there were, we looked out the window, and there was like debris kind of spraying at either side of the train, and then it was rocks, and they started arching around the train, and the whole train was shaking, and the rocks were smashing the windows. And basically, what had happened is the wheels had dropped out of the train, and the train had just gone onto the ground. And it stopped after about 5 minutes, and then they
Never, ever travel with James Acaster.
Are you a character in Final Destination?
I'm a recurring character, mate. I've been in all 6 of them. Yeah, so the train stopped, and then they made an announcement eventually, and the announcement was there was a fire alarm in the background of the announcement, and the announcement was, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just to reassure you, the train is not on fire." I repeat, the train is not on fire. What is happening is there's an awful lot of hot oil spewing onto an axle. And that made everyone a lot calmer. And then their next plan of action was they sent a lady down the aisle of all the trains with only one, which I think this is short-sighted, one packet of Fantastics or Tangfastics, whatever they're called, just handing them out going, do you want a Tangfastic? So they want a Tangfastic. And we were right at the end of the carriage, and we were like, well, we're getting cola bottles. This is bullshit.
Any jumping stories, Tom?
Yeah.
That's the other subject.
Dumping stories. Okay, let's go with. Okay, this one here. Jim Clements. Is there Jim Clements anywhere? Hello, Jim Clements. This is the weirdest thing I've ever read. A Catholic cougar.
Keep
What
talking.
is that the Pope?
Keep talking. Another Google search.
Calm down, Dando.
A Catholic cougar dumped me over my project to construct a My Little Pony abattoir, is what Jim Clements wrote from his
Jim, what
dungeon.
the fuck are you talking about? You misunderstood.
Jim, that sounds like a fucking cryptic crossword clue.
What happened, Jim? It became addictive. Are you a psychopath?
Jim, did you assassinate JFK in a dress?
You've been inhaling the My Little Ponies a bit too much yourself, Jim.
I'm also fascinated to know what her Catholicism has to do with any of this story.
She puts the lotion on her.
So do My Little Ponies smell?
Yeah, like Protestants. That's the problem.
There we go.
Nice.
Isn't it a thing that anyone else has... I've never heard of, like, kids breathing deeply on the manes of a My Little Pony.
Any more, Tom?
Shall I read that weird text I got? Remember that one?
No.
Too bleak.
Yeah.
This is probably
No,
the bleak...
please don't do it.
Okay, so... Amongst us, we've described it as the funniest text anyone's ever received,
Yeah,
but for
it's
radio,
not, it's not for
unacceptable.
stage.
Okay, so... Right, I will go
You could always
with...
you could read it out and then nip it out on the edit.
Yeah, but these people will hate him. Well, let's read. Do we want to hear Tom's text?
Okay, I'm not a bad person.
I've sorted this out. I've sorted this out, by the way. It wasn't going to get read.
Okay, Tom, how did you meet this girl?
She was on a program called Signed by Jordan, where they had aspiring models who weren't tall enough to cut it. Went on there, and I tweeted her, and then...
That sentence sounds like a really weird alternative to the opening of Don't You Want Me by the Human League. You were working on Signed by Jordan when I tweeted you.
And and then things happened, ruderies. And she, unfortunately, a few months in, this is quite bleak, got diagnosed with arthritis. Who's still with me, out of interest? And this is the text I got.
Can I just read a bit of Richard Bailey's vasectomy to lighten the mood?
Hey, Acaster, tell us about another car crash.
Everything was on fire.
This is the text I received when she ended things. Hi, Tom. So I want to let you know that I've met someone in Wales who has arthritis too, so I'm with them now.
It is funny.
End of conversation. Bless you. And it took us 6 hours to send that. That is too dark.
How romantic.
Now,
holding hands on the beach. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. That was pretty good.
Clinking. Have you got any dumping? No, any of the panel guys? We haven't really thrown this one open. The panel got any dumping stories?
Dumping stories? No.
Okay.
I've been the bleakest thing that ever happened to me was I was walking through the dance floor of a nightclub in Newcastle, which is immediately a bad start to any anecdote. And as I was walking just through it, I was looking to see if I could find my friends. And
I imagine you weren't in that dance floor. You were just on a hike and you had the right to roam. So you were scouting through.
Well, I was walking through it and a girl just tapped me on the back, and I turned around and she went, "No way, mate." I don't even know how that could possibly have happened, but presumably this lady was so full of herself that evening that she just thought every man was trying to have sex with her. She was just running around going, "Listen, I don't want you to put yourself out there. I just want it to be clear, I will never have sex with you." I just walked off.
You got given a number, didn't you, Tom, by a girl on...
Oh, yeah. I was sat on the tube, and there was a girl sat opposite me. We kind of caught eyes in that romantic way people do, and then not like
What?
chucking up, not like a glass eye. Hey, good catch. She.
Whoa.
She, well, yeah. She.
No, I've never caught eyes with someone on the tube.
No, not romantically.
Yeah.
Even in that romantic way people do. Never on the tube with everyone really moody and be like,
Well, you
Yeah.
well, you do that
Tom,
thing where.
I've caught eyes.
Yeah, you do that thing where you see them.
Was it
and
with
then-
each other? Because this is a really heartwarming story to end
Yeah,
this.
you've grown it out. You really have. Yeah, well, you kind of look at her and then you realise you kind of look at everyone else. It's that
Oh
sort of
no, I've
situation.
never had that.
Yeah.
before.
Oh, okay, right. Anyway,
What Tim means is he's looked at people on the tube.
Yeah.
Quite hard.
Stared at
Yeah,
girls.
he stared at girls on the tube.
You
know
had
the
to.
way-
Yeah, I was looking
the
at
way
her.
you stare at girls on the tube.
So this girl looked back.
Well, she gave me her number when she got off the tube, and then I went home and I realised she'd given me 10 digits. She wrong-numbered me apropos of nothing. So keen for me to know that she would never fuck me. She thought, what's the quickest way to deal with this? Let's give him a wrong number.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Did you phone? Did you knock the end digit off and phone it?
Did I knock the
No,
end?
she'd given him one too
Give me
little.
10 digits. Yeah.
Oh, not enough.
Not enough.
So did you make
Oh.
9 phone calls? Sorry, that's bad, very bad maths. 10 phone calls.
Timky does the numbers.
Forgot the 5.
Also, if I'm pernickety, you don't know it's the last number she's missed out, so you'd have to do every phone call.
No, I know. Once you'd ruled that out, I wouldn't do the whole lot. But I'm just. I'm
She'll
just
be
saying,
here eventually.
yeah, she might have got him. She might have said her number and then said 5.
Yeah.
In which case, I wouldn't have caught her actually.
Also, once you've tried out all the different options, one of them is going to go on a date with you. You ring all those people, one of them go, yeah, all right.
You didn't even need to get her number. You just needed to phone all
humans.
all humans.
Yeah.
Jeez.
One more to end it, Craig.
One fine to end it. Okay. Yeah. Right. Let's go for maybe 2 seconds. It's some of the. Okay. Yeah. This one's quite sweet. Weird things to hear on a PA. Oh no. Let's do this one. Dumping tales. Someone simply called Fran. Hello, Fran. Where are you, Fran? Do you like Russell Howard's Good News? Okay. Dumping tales. My housemate dumped her boyfriend by writing a haiku about their bad sex life on the flat fridge.
Wow.
I think we may have a winner.
That is.
Let's go to the poet.
What am I doing?
No, just your views on that.
Oh, well, just the same as everyone's.
Yeah.
We're like humans.
Do you remember it?
I thought that was quite harsh.
Fran, do you remember how it went? Okay. That ends that then.
Should still remember.
Writing it down, though.
Yeah.
Was it definitely? Did you check the number of syllables to make sure it was a haiku?
Was it written in magnetic letters or whiteboard marker on the fridge? Was she made of money?
It's actually good that you said that because otherwise writing on the fridge sounds like something that fucking My Little Pony guy would do.
One more crane before.
Another one. Okay. Sorry, you think I'd organise this in any sort of semblance of? Okay. Right. Bear with 2 seconds. Okay. Well, this one's slightly different. Yeah, let's go to them. Okay. Holly, literally. I mean, that can't be your name, can it? Where's Holly, literally? Hello, Holly, literally. Is that your name, Holly, literally? What, you've acquired it?
Why?
Do you say literally a lot?
Yeah.
It sounds like you're in a bad
you
Comedy
say-
Central sitcom. That's what it sounds like. Holly literally says, I dumped a guy who told me he was as funny as Chandler Bing. He definitely wasn't. That's what Holly literally
He told you he was as funny as Chandler Bing, as a chat-up line.
It depends what season.
That's a very good point, yeah.
Because in the later seasons, he was
Autumn.
really dull. He was really dull, Chandler Bing. He started off really good, and then as soon as the relationship with Monica started, he started getting really boring. Joey was pretty much solid all the way through. But
I think you may have picked the wrong show with Saved by the Bell, mate.
Ross was the best.
Ross was the best.
Yeah, but you only sort of
you
learn
very
that
much,
later, don't
Dando.
you? You
Yeah,
always
yeah.
start. When you rewatch Friends,
If we're going to rank the friends, and we are,
yeah.
Ross,
Yes.
Rachel.
No, Phoebe.
Phoebe's
No,
boss.
Oh, are you out of your fucking
Phoebe's the
kidding
bottom
me?
one, mate.
You
Phoebe's at the
think
bottom. What are
Phoebe
you doing,
is the second best friend?
I'm about to back Key up on
I'm
this.
going either way. I'm starting at the top and the bottom. We're meeting.
All right.
Phoebe, crap.
Yeah.
Ross. So now we're looking for second.
You're doing the accordion.
I've got something in mind for fifth.
Key, rank the friends.
Okay, first, Ross. Sixth, Phoebe. Second, Joey.
No!
Are you fucking mental,
I'm not second. Nature's second. Fourth. Amazing. Third, I think we can all agree. And then... never seen it. Never watched it.
You've never watched Friends?
What's Friends? I would go... I'd probably go... this is actually what I'd go. Ross. Oh, but, it's just like it's
Yeah.
it's just like-
There are no wrong answers apart from the ones you've given so far.
Sure. Well, I'm going to mix it up a bit this time. So, first, Chandler. Ross. Ross. First, Ross. Phoebe.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Chandler. Screech. Are there more?
Maris.
Right, now, James, to bring us to the end, before Tim Key attempts to extinguish a flame with a gun, you each week have each show have a classic scrape, which you'll take us through a scrape from your sitcom-style life. You seem awkward.
I don't know what ones. Basically, with these shows, because we are allowed to do bluer stuff and stuff we weren't doing on the radio, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I've got quite a few.
You could do one
Josh,
that involved Mike Wozniak.
Really, that one? Yep.
Or what have you got?
I've got Precious Little. So if you want me to do that one, I'll talk about that one.
It's a great scrape.
I'll do this for Josh. This may or may not show me in a good light. But remember, guys, I survived multiple car crashes.
You're like the white version of Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Not a reference any of us are getting on board with. So let's get on with the scrape.
You also caused multiple car crashes. That's so it's potato.
So, okay, this happened. When was this? This was like probably
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Four, 5 years ago.
I'm 24, 25. I've just moved to London, and I'm going for a quiet drink with my friends Josh Widdicombe, Henry Paker, and Mike Wozniak.
Legends.
Yeah, lovely people.
I was probably busy.
Nish was
When
very
was it?
busy.
Was it 2009? 2000? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
busy. Busy.
We've been ringing Nish all night. He wasn't answering his phone. So we're there, having a drink. It's nice. Got quite drunk, I'd say. And then Packer managed to get us an invite to a house party where we didn't know anyone. And I still don't know to this day how he did that. I don't know how he did it. He went to the bar, he came back, we're going to a house party. And next thing I knew, I was at a house party. I didn't know anyone there. I was sitting on the sofa, and I was feeling uncharacteristically confident. Very confident at this house party, sitting there, and a lady came up and started speaking to me. And what I meant to say to her while she was talking was just like, I wanted to tell her that I would like to kiss her. That's what I wanted to say. And instead of doing it in a clumsy way, I did it in a way that sounded really confident and arrogant, but not deliberately. It was just I was so drunk. I literally just went. She was halfway through a sentence, and I went, "Sorry, just so you know, I'm going to try and kiss you in a minute." Carry on with the story. like I was a proper player, which wasn't how it was meant to sound. I was trying to be polite, and I came across like, yeah, I fucking continue with your story, but we all know where this is going.
Did she continue with her story?
Huh?
Did she continue?
Carry on with the story.
Did she make the story longer?
She did. Yeah. The story was an amazing saga.
So just to reiterate, I was.
This girl's fucking omnibus.
No, the
here.
sky wasn't azure. It was sort of more.
And well, she'd told a story, and then she told another story and another one because I forgot that I'd said what I had said. It slipped my mind, and I just got into the stories. And then she went, sorry, did you not say you were going to kiss me at some point? And I went, because I was like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. So I was like, yeah, it's coming later.
And that's
you just hang back and you keep telling those stories because
and that's how J.K. Rowling came up with Harry Potter.
all booked in one night. I helped that lady out.
Can I just say, it might be the beer talking, but I really want to kiss you right now. This is, whatever it is you're doing, it is
Matthew,
working
I'll stop you there.
fucking
I'll stop you there.
Yeah.
I'm going to kiss you in a minute. I was supposed to say, later on.
I'm a married man.
You carry on. So she said, so I did eventually, I kissed her because she called me on it. She went, I don't think you are going to kiss me, So I was like, well, I will prove it by cleverly kissing you.
Just when you say lady, that does make her sound about 50.
Yeah, okay, she was probably, I was, 24? She was probably 23. Okay, on with the story.
Catholic cougar.
She was a Catholic cougar. Just come out of a relationship with a man had done some fucked up stuff to some ponies, and that was what most of the stories were about. So I didn't stop her. I was like, no, go back. Are you sure they're addictive? I don't think that's true.
And that guy, he's in prison now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. He's not allowed in public society. Of course not. So we had a kiss, and then she said, I don't live far from here. Let's go back to mine. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening. So we left, and when we walked out of the house, we stopped and we kissed against the wall of the house for quite a bit. Quite probably, I would describe it as, from my part, eagerly, overly eager. Considering how cool I tried to play it up until that point, I really gave the game away when I was so happy to be kissing a girl.
I'm glad you said overly eager and not just eagerly like an eagle.
Yeah, I wasn't swooping down at her from above.
With talons, you didn't...
Yeah.
Can I fill in what actually happened?
You can describe to people what. I thought
Acaster thought he was kissing up against a wall. What he was kissing up against was the window of the party.
Yep.
So we were stood in the kitchen while
by the way,
framed.
it's not a small window. It's not a small window. The whole wall was a window.
God. Was a kind of frame of you and her pressed up against the window.
This must be one of those glass walls I read about.
Smooth bricks.
These bricks are so slippy.
Mike Wozniak, in the party, the most adult of the party, interjected by leaning over and just pulling on the blinds so they came down.
What a gent.
Apparently to the disappointment of all the other parties. Was the most fun they'd had all night. I would like to say that the scrape stops there. It doesn't. It got way worse. We went back to the flat. She was a student at the time. She'd come over. She was living in a student residence, and we got to her dorm. Is that a thing?
Yeah, dorm,
yeah. And we're outside, and she went, we can't go in there because I've got a roommate. It's a tiny room, and and she's asleep at the moment. We can't go in there. I said, okay. And she said, there is, however, it's about 3 a.m. She said, there's a kitchen on this floor that everybody shares.
Shares.
And if you like, we can go in the kitchen. And I said yes, because we were there. It would be weird if I said no. No, you go to bed and I will return to the party where everyone's just seen me getting off with you against a window. So what happened in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. There was a point where she left me on my own in the kitchen, and I don't know if you've ever been in a kitchen before on your own, knowing that you're possibly about to have sex, and you are looking at all the stuff in the kitchen, trying to decide what the best surface is.
Where to write your haiku, that sort of thing.
Yeah. It's a very rough chopping board and stuff like that, in a sink. There was an IKEA sofa that was very small, very tiny, and I thought that's the softest thing in here, but I'm very gangly and I don't think I can fit on
I don't
there.
think you can be fussy if you found a sofa.
Yeah, but
You're in a kitchen.
It was so small.
There was one 4-poster bed.
I'm astonished that the chopping board was in play at all.
I
Well,
wasn't
there's a
considering the
sofa, but on the other hand,
I'm going to fuck you in a
chopping board.
beaker.
Open this
Oh, this
dishwasher up.
colander looks roomy.
What I figured out with the sofa was that because it was quite small, I knew that I wouldn't be able to fit on the sofa really. So while she was out the room, I figured out that if I grabbed one of the armrests and with my hands and rested my ankles on the other one, I could kind of do push-ups, kind of like that. And she walked in on me practicing.
Oh my
Not
god.
proud of that.
What state of undress were you in at this point?
I was fully clothed, and but I had to explain to her, look, this is for, I'm thinking of you. It's for your good as well as mine.
I think Dando said I was thinking of you.
So we did that, and afterwards, obviously I was.
It happened.
We still, remember the Casanova I was back at the party. She thought maybe he's still that guy deep down. Maybe there's still an element of that. So I stayed over, and we went into her room, and it was a really tiny room. There were 2 beds and a very slim aisle in between the beds, and her roommate was asleep there. And as we were
On the other bed, not in the aisle.
no, not in the aisle, in her bed. We were creeping in, and the lady said to me, she pointed at her roommate asleep, and she went, it's her birthday tomorrow. And I went, look, I've already had sex with you. I know you're admiring my skills on the small sofa, the tiny sofa, but we went to sleep in her bed. And when I woke up, I was basically, there's so little room in there, so she was asleep next to me, and I was like half out of the bed with my leg in the aisle, and her roommate's head just there next to me asleep. And I wasn't prepared for that. I kind of turned around and sort of did a bit of a like that, and which woke the flatmate up, and she looked at me, and then I just went, "Happy birthday." And she just rolled her eyes and went back to sleep. It was like, oh, again, and then went to sleep. And then me and the lady went for a coffee.
Give her a name.
We never exchanged names.
Right, you
and
exchange numbers, you don't exchange names.
I know that's bad. She gave me
Names is very natural.
10-digit number, I guessed for weeks. But we left the flat, and this is always Josh's favourite part of the story. It's a bit weird.
It's so good.
We left the flat, and I thought we were going to go for some a drink together. And as
Breakfast.
For breakfast, yeah, sure. And
A breakfast drink.
on the way to the cafe, for most of the journey, we were chased by I think a Yorkshire Terrier wearing a T-shirt that said "I heart bones" on it.
No, I wouldn't have predicted that.
With its owner just shouting from down the street for it to come back, and it just like scampering behind us. There's a pink T-shirt that said "I heart bones," and it's both of us like we go, I don't really know what to do with this. And the dog just really like you've been bad. And then we went to and we had a drink at a cafe, and I got a Snapple, which it's an American juice there, where and you pop the top, and on the top there's always a fact on the inside. And the fact that I had was the average human being spends 2.5 weeks of their life kissing. And I saw that, she said, "What's your Snapple fact?" And for some reason I thought, I don't want to sound sleazy like I'm trying to. I thought that if I told her the fact, it'd be like, well, hey. Apparently, the average human being spends 2.5 of their weeks kissing. How about me and you do that in one go? Yeah, so something. I thought I would sound like a sleaze. So I just went, oh, nothing. And she was like, no, what did it say? I went, I'm not telling you. It's just like, why aren't you sharing? And it was really awkward for the whole thing. She's like, why? Just tell me what. I was like, no, I'm not telling you. And eventually I went, fine, I'll tell you. And then I just made up a fact. Well, I just said a fact that I'd heard at a pub quiz instead. And it says armadillos are the only other animal besides humans that can catch leprosy.
Really?
That is true. That is true, but it would never be on the inside of a Snapple.
It's not far off. That's quite close to a Snapple fact.
Yeah. But that was never wanted to see that
That's
again.
great. Was like the third Lord of the Rings movie. It's like every time you thought it ended, there was another better ending.
Yeah.
But you're still convinced it's ended?
And then no, that is the end.
Did you ever hear from her?
No, never heard from her again. I don't blame her.
James Acaster, everyone! Now. To end the show, this came about between Tim and James. When Tim was on the XVM show, you told an anecdote about when you'd
It's just my face. That's literally just my face. He's noticed.
You'd gone on a date with a girl to a fun fair.
Yeah, I went on a date. I went on a date with a girl to a fun fair. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have interrupted.
And what happened?
Well, this was in Ukraine, which is a sort of weird country, and I was
People are aware of Ukraine, considering what's going on at the moment.
What's going on?
I'm starting to recognise the exact look in producer Neil's eyes when he goes, I'm going to have to edit that out.
So,
I went on a date with with a girl who's quite mystical.
Yep.
What's the word?
Spiritual.
Yeah.
Imaginary.
Well, the point being, she had dyed hair. We went to a fairground, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to a fairground in Ukraine, but they're a bit different from our ones. And there was their equivalent, I suppose, of Hook the Duck was a sort of very, I hate to use a horrible phrase, but sort of fairly primitive game, which was to shoot. They gave me a rifle, basically. And they had a candle, and I had to shoot the flame off the candle to win a sort of Ukrainian version of a teddy bear. And so
what was that?
A teddy bear. So they gave me a gun, an air gun, and the candle was miles away, and I took the gun, and I'm with the spiritual girl, and I take aim, and I'm not very good at these sorts of things. I can't do anything, and I just sort of.
When you say these sort of things, what other sort of things like shooting a candle?
Yes, things that involve aiming, Matthew.
I apologise.
I'm very bad at aiming, and so I just thought, well, it's a fairground game. I'll lose the fairground game, fine, and we'll sort of I'll try and rebuild it with just sort of flirting. So they gave me
telling her that you might kiss her in a minute.
Yeah.
Was there an IKEA sofa handy?
So I got the gun, and I didn't really expect much from myself, and I picked the gun up, and I aimed at the candle, and I fired it just once, and I extinguished the flame from about, I would say, for the anecdote's sake, about 20 metres. And in actual terms, feet. and 10. So I shot it and put the candle out. And I told this anecdote to Josh on his radio show, and it went better than this. And so he said, well, come along to the...
No, James
let's
said
reenact it.
James.
I said, please do this live in Edinburgh, and Neil instantly started worrying about health and safety.
And actually, the health and safety stuff was quite dormant for about 2 months. And then today, it's really picked up.
So what do we have, Neil?
Well, can I ask you a direct question, Neil?
Yeah.
Have we got a gun?
Yep. Well,
Well is not encouraging.
got a Nerf gun.
Fine. And then, obvious question, have you got a candle?
I've got a candle, but we
but
can't light
again.
it inside.
Right.
This is the biggest damp squib of an ending of all time.
Neil, is that a lighter in front of you? Why would you do this to us?
I don't know where that's come from. But we've drawn a candle and a flame.
So we're going to end.
Draw a fire, will you? I'm a little cold.
So we're going to end with Tim attempting to shoot the flame off a candle.
Right, and we're sure about it.
I think we could get away with it.
Yep.
I've got half a pint of beer. So where do you want to stand, Tim?
Go to the steps, I reckon.
No, but
In
then
the
he's
centre.
shooting at us.
They're made of polystyrene.
He's already said his aim is shit, so I'm going to just go over there as well. If that's okay.
So Tim, you've got to shoot the flame off a candle. I'm quite tense.
I'm quite brave. I'm going to sit here.
Are you going to sit there? Sit directly behind it, Neil. Where's Tim gone? Halfway up. God, you look really sinister. It doesn't help that you're currently using the style facially of the Unabomber.
It also doesn't help that you're sat next to that My Little Pony nutcase. Don't give him the gun, Tim.
Tim, if you do shoot Neil, just quickly dress as a gay man. As soon as you can, just as flamboyantly as possible.
Do you call gay people gaymen?
Sorry. Watched too much Alan Partridge. That was what happened there.
Right, Tim, how confident do you feel? Tim, should I bring my
Spoken like a true performer.
Should we bring the mic?
Josh.
Okay.
Take that one.
Oh, take that up. Okay. So, Tim. Here's your mic. Well, mine doesn't reach.
Wait, hang on. That's called around.
Oh, wait.
This is great radio.
Should have rehearsed this.
Okay.
Spot the guy who's been in a sketch group.
Weirdly, I did rehearse this, but 19 years ago.
So, did you end up on the sofa with this girl?
No.
She was spiritual. It was a rug. Or a yoga mat.
How confident are you feeling?
Well, I mean, not at all confident. But, like, can you just not, Josho?
Is there people from the assembly rooms here?
That guy's there to double us out immediately. Look at him.
Are we definitely not allowed to light the candle?
I sense a butt. No, I don't. Okay, fine.
No butt there.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
Can I have a practice shot?
Yeah. No, did you have a practice shot in Croatia? Ukraine?
You fucking racist.
All the same, isn't it, mate?
No better sight in comedy than Nish saying that. Okay, fine. No, I didn't have a practice shot. That's why... If I'd had a practice shot, would have I told it as an anecdote on your CNFM show? Or whatever it is?
CNN.
CNN. Fox. Okay. Look, come on. Let me have 2 goes, though.
You've got
You've got 6 bullets. If you get that...
I've got 6 bullets.
You've got 6 bullets. If you
And is it automatic?
No, you
No, you have to pull
have
the-
to cock it each time.
There goes one.
Oh, I see.
Here we go.
He's firing
You've
off
got
like Acaster on a sofa.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Let's have a look. I mean, if I get it, it would actually be quite good. It would
Should
be quite...
someone be commentating for the podcast? Crosby, can you commentate
Yeah.
for the podcast?
I mean, the one guy doesn't watch sport. There's a fellow, he's standing up, he's wearing a cap.
It's very rarely you hear that in a sports commentary. There's a fellow.
He looks like a lovely chap.
It's like someone who's never heard of golf. There's a fellow, he's got a long
What is he doing to that ball?
Right, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, Key takes aim.
Should I just...
The candle looks nervous,
Okay, fine.
visibly.
Should you just...
Should I be closing an eye, is what I'm asking. I'm closing an eye, but I never usually do that when I want to see things well.
Yeah.
But when I really want to see something, I like open them both really wide. But in this
Where have you
situation...
been, James?
Yeah, where has he been?
Yeah, where have you
Piss.
been?
I thought it was taking too long. I went for piss.
James really speaks for the whole audience, I think, when he says, I think it's just taking too long, I'm going for a bit.
Or, I know we're not allowed to light a candle. Could Neil hold up the lighter with the flame?
All right, we're not fucking scientists, mate, are we?
You're right, that is equally unfair that we're not allowed to do that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to absolutely fuck this candle over. You can nip some of this stuff out, actually, Neil. Okay.
If somebody walks in right now...
I ran out of bullets.
There was no bullet. He's run out of bullets.
He's been given a bullet by a
I was just trying to
lovely
imagine
lady.
what would happen if somebody walked in right now, just going, Alan Partridge's sidekicks had a fucking nervous breakdown.
Here we go. Don't let it be said that this is the best podcast in Britain.
Do you say don't let him say that it is the best podcast?
No, I mean this is not this. I'm drunk.
Oh! if the flame had been
He
in Neil's
absolutely
shoulder,
tagged producer Neil there.
very good though.
Take that, you health and safety Jobsworth.
Nice.
Go again, Kate.
Can I just talk you through my thinking?
Yeah, a practice shot.
I'm going down a bit. I think this is going to hit.
That is not something that's said in a lot of movies, is it? When someone gets shot, I think this is going to hit. Nope, didn't.
It's counterintuitive because I'm aiming somewhere where I'm not aiming at the candle now.
Oh!
Getting a lot of ooze. I mean, it's not going that close, actually.
I kind of feel like we can't leave until he does it. Is that okay. Like, I think no matter how
give me the sticks. Let's do it again.
Give him the 6, right? One last try.
I love the fact that the audience here is playing along for the benefit of the people listening at home.
The next says 3, right? The first 2 will react naturally. The third one, even if he doesn't do it, because it's an audio podcast, can we react like he hit it?
Is this what purgatory's like?
And then we'll all get our lighters out and fucking go for it, right? We want this sprinkler system to go the fuck off.
Here we go. Tim Key, 3 attempts at glory.
I don't need the mic, do I?
Oh, that was close. That was the closest yet. You need to reload.
Have you got bullets?
Yeah, they're just in the wrong chambers.
It's like,
Ooh, look
like
at me,
Richard
Mr.
Madeley.
Technical.
Have none of you ever played Russian roulette?
Oh!
You need to reload.
Are we just pretending this one hits anyway?
No, not yet. This could be a natural hit.
Yes.
Key, I feel like you should go back to where you are. If you get this now, everyone's gonna feel like.
No, one step up. We're all agreed on that.
Key.
Here we go. This is the end.
I believe in you.
Oh, he's gone grassy knoll style.
Flamboyant.
Are you filming a show that you're in, Nish?
Nish has just got that face in his. It's just his own face.
Oh.
Reload.
Welcome to my world, Key.
This is unbelievable. Why did you fire those shots into the ceiling?
I'm just getting a signal from the back. The batteries are going in the recorder, so hurry up.
Oh!
Tim Key.
That's that. Tim Key, thank you very much.
It's disappointing when the show ends with the phrase, "That's that."
Can we thank all of the guests, please? Can we have a big round of applause for everyone?